Hi, and welcome back to the second hour of Focal Point on AFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. You are listening to Focal Point, the home of muscular Christianity on conservative talk radio, and I am your congenial, convivial, and amiable, as always, host. Rob, grab clip number 18, the Kathleen Sebelius clip. I mentioned in the last segment that they're going to give the official enrollment numbers this week. These are the official number of people who've actually been able to get insurance on the Obamacare website. They've been putting us off. We're going to deliver this on a monthly basis, just like we do Bureau of Labor Statistics, information, economic stats. We're going to give you stats once a month. So it's premature. We're not going to give them yet. But Kathleen Sebelius, clip 18, indicates, here's what she said last week about what we can expect this week. Let's listen.
That the enrollment numbers, which we will release next week, which will be the first month of enrollment, are likely to be quite low, given the struggles that people have had getting access to the site and getting information.
Well, do you expect the numbers to be very high during the month of November and December, is just my question?
Well, I'm hoping that with the site improvement, we'll see more robust numbers, but until the site is fully improved and we really kind of open up the doors wide to a lot of people, we're going to have, I think, a struggle getting significant numbers to sign up.
So Kathleen Sebelius, the numbers are going to be, in her words, quite low. In fact, remember that Major Garrett said they have tried to set expectations as low as humanly possible. In other words, they're admitting ahead of time it's going to be absolutely pathetically dismal. And Kathleen Sebelius says, we're waiting for the website to come up. As soon as it's up, we're going to be fine. But I'm looking at a story here from townhall.com. The healthcare czar, Jeffrey Zients, this is the wizard that Barack Obama brought in to fix this thing. And he said Friday that the trouble-plagued, this is from Reuters actually, the trouble-plagued federal healthcare website is improving, but that higher volumes of visitors are exposing new capacity and software issues. So in other words, he's saying, look, the more people use it, the more problems we find with the website. We are discovering problems every day that we did not even know we had. He said progress this week, which was now last week, has been marred by roadblocks. He described healthcare.gov as being, quote, a long way from where it needs to be, which being an interpreted means you can forget about this thing being functional by November 30th. 888-589-8840 is the number to call. Got a story on the stack here. Show you the level of incompetence of the people that put this thing together. Story from Breitbart.com by Warner Todd Houston. Even as President Obama has issued a constant refrain of how upset he is that his Obamacare website doesn't work and promises that he's on top of the fix. Listen to this. 3 20-year-old website designers in San Francisco made a working Obamacare website using healthcare.gov's own code. They did it in only 3 days. The title of the name of the site is HealthSherpa.com. Sherpa like the guys that helped Edmund Hillary. HealthSherpa.com, and it's programmed to do much of what healthcare.gov, the Obamacare website, is supposed to do. The new site shows Americans the info they really want to see. Signing on to their site will show visitors healthcare plans and pricing that is available. All you do is enter your zip code, and boom, there it is. After their site went live, they added a section that will help visitors find out if they qualify for a tax subsidy. And, of course, it doesn't connect you directly to any insurance companies, but that shows you what people that know what they're doing, they can build a functional thing in a matter of 3 days. 888-589-8840 is the number to call. I don't know if you saw this story out of New Jersey. Here is a dad. This is in a custody dispute, and he has been labeled by a judge as by an attorney as an unfit parent because he refused to take his son to McDonald's. I arf you not. This is from the New York Post. Attorney David Shore slapped a court-appointed shrink with a defamation lawsuit for telling the judge deciding a custody battle with his estranged wife that he was an unfit parent for refusing to take his son to McDonald's for dinner. The suit that he says that East 97th Street psychiatrist Marilyn Schiller filed a report saying he was, quote, wholly incapable of taking care of his son, end quote, and should be denied his weekend visitation. Now, the Shore guy is a corporate attorney. He's a consultant. He's got degrees from NYU, degrees from Oxford University. He'd intended to take his 4-year-old son to their usual restaurant, the Corner Cafe, on 3rd Avenue for his weekly Tuesday night visitation. Kid didn't want to go. Threw a temper tantrum. I don't want to go to the Corner Cafe. I want to go to McDonald's. So he gave his son an ultimatum. You eat dinner anywhere other than McDonald's or you're not eating at all, just like being sent to your room without dinner. Every parent that is worth his salt has done something similar over the course of their lifetime. So the child chose the no dinner option, said, I'm not going to do dinner. If you're not taking me to McDonald's, I'm not going to eat. So the dad took him at his word. Apparently his wife found out about this, accused him of abusing the child, and is trying to deny him custody. And it's just a reminder, by the way, on this whole divorce reform thing, when they went to no-fault divorce, the whole idea was this will take all the acrimony out of the divorce proceedings. It doesn't do that. It just transfers it to the child custody conflict, which is horrible because then children get caught in the crossfire. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Caroline in Sanford, North Carolina. Caroline, welcome to Focal Point with Brian Fisher. What's on your mind?
Thank you. I'm so glad to talk to you on Veterans Day. I'm not talking about abuse of the military by the authorities, but I was married for 16 years to a West Pointer who worked with the Montagnards in Vietnam, and I possibly know more about the military than our commander-in-chief. But there's one point of the Obamacare that nobody is discussing. It came up during the debates, what there was of them, in 2009. I called Ted Cruz's office 3 times and left this message, and either he didn't get the message or he chose not to bring it up. But this is the crucial point of Obamacare. Within that act, there is a provision for the President of the United States to have a private army, not a palace guard, but an army to which he can appoint commissioned officers. Now, if you put this with the fact that the Office of Homeland Security had 1.2 billion rounds of ammunition, that the President of the United States and Harry Reid, who has the position of bringing up a bill or not, or just letting it die, have both said they would sign the United Nations Small Arms Treaty. If when you go into your doctor's office, he gives you a questionnaire, and he asks on that questionnaire, do you own a firearm? That is a surreptitious way of registering our guns, whether anybody makes that connection or not, but it is. And if Harry Reid refuses to bring up the treaty for a vote in the Senate, and they're the ones, of course, who sign off on treaties, that bill will automatically become law. And then the question is whether an international treaty supersedes the United States Constitution.
All right, Carol, listen, I got to let you go up against a hard break, and I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. Talk about it right after the break. Stay with us. Focal Point AFR Talk.